Standard 12, 10, lesson number 7, Dreams of India, in which the first part, a baker from Goa, that we learn today. The first part, Dreams of India, in which a baker from Goa. This is a pen portrait of a traditional born village baker who still has an important place in his society. It means it is a story, it is an incident about a baker, a person who run out a bakery. It is called baker. He is called a baker. Who lived in Goa in a small village, and his important place in the society, though he was a baker, there is an important place in the society too. So it is a lesson about this. Our elders are often here reminiscing, nostalgic about those good old Portuguese days. As you listen that, mostly our elders, parents, grandparents, and our elders are often here the receiving nostalgic. It means thinking found of the past. Often you hear in your home that your father or a grandfather said that when we went to school, this thing got us in these rupees, these things got us in these rupees. The price of that thing is that, the price of that thing was that. Ever you heard about that? That. In the same way, in this city, in this village, the elders talk about that good old Portuguese days. How was the Portuguese days at that time? The Portuguese and their famous loaves and bread, one kind of food. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. It means the person who eat that loaves may be not there, but the maker of loaves are there. As you know that the patola, which are very rarely found in these days. We cannot see the patola in these days, but we can meet the person who made patola at that time. At the same way, loaves, who eat loaves cannot be found, but we can find a person who made these loaves. We still have amongst us the mixers, the modulars, and those who make the loaves. This old age can, tasted for nuns, still exists. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. The thump and the jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo. How they make that one kind of food with the traditional bamboos they make it. Hailing his arrival in the morning, they announced at the morning that today we will make that. Can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers are even today known as the pedder in Goa. The person who made the loaves at that time in Portuguese days are known the family profession, and they known as a pedder in Goa. Pedder means Portuguese who made loaves in older days. In older days, they are called pedder. During our childhood in Goa, they recalled their days. How was their childhood in Goa at that time? The baker used to be our friend, companion, and guide. He used to come at least twice a day. Once, when he set out in the morning in his selling ground, and then again, when he returned after emptying his huge basket, the jingling thud of the bamboo woke us up from the sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. Why was it so? At that time, he asked that. Why was that happen? Why was that so? Was it for the love at the loaf? No, not at all. These loaves are brought by some Pastian and Bastine to remind that who made it. The Pastian and the Bastine were both that loaves at that time. The maid servant of the house. What we longed for were those bread bangles which we choose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special made. Loaves with what? It is a one kind of special bread with sweet taste. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with jam jam, sound of the specially made bamboo staff. One hand supported the basket on his head and the other bent the bamboo on the ground. How they made? A person who made that, his one hand supported the basket. It means with one hand he held the basket on the head and the other bent the bamboo on the ground. And the second bamboo was in his hand. With his he walked. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning and place his basket on the vertical bamboo. Behinds would be pushed aside with the meat rebuke and loaves would be delivered. At that time he delivered that to his servant, to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench of the perfect and peep into the basket. We see that. What is that? A peep into. It is a one kind of idiom, as you know that. It is called in Gujarati doku. Just took it out for some time and then take our eyesight from that. It is called peep out. Somehow I can still recall the typical fragrance of the loaves. Loaves for the elders and the bakers for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. At that time when the loaves come at our house, we cannot even pick our brush properly. We cannot also wash our mouth properly. We have ego to eat it. We are so eager to eat it that we cannot do anything properly at that time. And why should we? We would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush. At that time there was no toothpaste and brush that they do it. Mango leaves, with the mango leaves they brushing their tooth. And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. At that time he compared the tiger and the lion that a tiger and the lion never brush their teeth. Sure, what is the necessity that we should brush our teeth? What is the necessity of that? How teeth could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bride known as the ball. As you know that the function or the event are not considering happy without sweets, as you know. So at the same time, marriage gifts are meaningless without the bride, that is called ball. It flows one kind of. Just as party or a feast loses its charms without bride. As we know that in today's days you saw that any small or a big function there must be a cake. Whether it's a birthday, anniversary, marriage function, engagement function, any function, you must be found a cake in that function. It's the same way at that time the loaves can be seen in every function. It is a one kind of sweet bread. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwich on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bonnets are must for the Christmas as well as for the other festival. Some kind of food you can find for some special festivals. Like Janmashtami, some kind of sweets must be baked in our house, must be made in our houses. It's the same way in Christmas time, cakes and bonnets must be made in everyone's house or these houses. Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace it means cooking, in the village, absolutely essential. The baker All the bread seller of the house those days had a peculiar dress known as the kabai. It was a single piece long frock at that time when they made clothes. Which kind of dresses they wear? So here is a talk about that the baker or a bread seller of those days had a particular kind of dress and the dress known as the kabai. It was a single piece of long frock. What is kabai? It's a single piece of long frock like an apron. Must be single apron. The mother must be wear when she cooked. So it's one kind of apron at that time. Long frock reaching down to the knees. In our childhood, we saw paper wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than the full length. They are not wearing the full length of cloth at that time. The shorter cloths they wear. One's longer than one half pant. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites a comment that he is dressed like a beggar. Because as we know that the person who made clothes is known as a beggar. So a person, if any person who wears the short cloth in this time also, we just teach them you are a beggar. The baker usually collected his bills at that end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in old days. The baker and his family never starved. He, his family and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Their plum to visitings was open testimony to this. Even today, any person with the jackfruit, like physical appearance, is easily compared to a baker. If you have any question about a baker, you may ask me. Otherwise, we will go ahead about the second part of Games of India.